in the fan base, from what I've noticed. No one's really celebrating. I'm grateful for the 3 points. I'm glad we won. But I was far, far from convinced by that performance. Let me tell you now. We're really and truly, if we're really honest with ourselves, we're very fortunate to come out of that with 3 points on the balance of things. Those VAR decisions were very contentious. The first one, they're saying that the foul starts outside the box. Fair enough. I think the brunt of the foul was in the box, but it started outside the box. Fair enough. Whatever. The rules are the rules. The second one, the stamp on the foot. Now, if you feel like a stamp on the foot is a foul wherever it is or whatever happens, then that's got to be a penalty. They've said it's not clear and obvious. If it's a foul and he hasn't seen it, then it's a clear and obvious error. So Gary O'Neill and Wolves been stitched up again, which means that if they do get those VR decisions, then they maybe win or at least draw. And this is the issue. They're keeping him in his job off the base of that unconvincing win. And they've actually come out and say, we're not stupid. We know that was a bad performance. We know it wasn't good, but we're not ready to part ways with Lopetegui right now. So they know exactly what we know, but they're not going to sack him. And what that tells you is they have not got a replacement lined up. This is where we're at. It's not because Sullivan, and the board, they believe in Lopetegui and they think he's the best man. They have not got an alternative. We are in such a mess. And we shouldn't need to be thinking about an alternative right now. At this stage, 15 games into a season, shouldn't even be a thought. But the problem is that David Sullivan decided that he knew what was best for this club when it comes to managers and players. He always does this, even though he is wholly unqualified. Someone who sells adult newspapers, bottom of the barrel newspapers, thought that he knew better than Tim Steidsley and Mark Noble when it comes to choosing the next football manager. Not on your life should that man be anywhere near these decisions. His only decision should be, how much is it going to cost? Can we afford that? That's the only input he should have. And now we're in a situation where he's picked a subpar manager to manage this club. And we're in a situation where we can't find an alternative. We could do, if he went out and was willing to find the best possible manager, offer him a decent contract and pay him out of their deals. That's how we get it. But he only wants to give 6-month contracts till the end of the season. Because this is how he does things. He doesn't like to give managers new contracts mid-season. Look at Moyes. Both times he come in, it was till the end of the season and then weighed up. Like, that's what he does, Sullivan. So we're in a mess and we are in limbo right now. So whatever happens going forward, I don't know as well if they just feel like, well, we can't justify sacking him after a win. Who cares? Just make the right decision. What? So, you're going to get TalkSport and, a few journos go, I can't believe they sacked Lopetegui after he just won. What more do they want? Who cares? It means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Pleasing TalkSport and these tabloids is not going to bring us success. Getting the plaudits from the journos. Keep the fans happy. Forget about the media. Keep the fans happy. And we're not happy because we're not enjoying watching our team. We just look like an absolute shambles all over the gaff. Right? And that is the problem. I watched it yesterday. I was at the game, freezing, absolutely freezing. And you just watch us, and it was a boring game. We had chances. We had some chances. We had some possession. But no real killer instinct, no real threat to us. And again, wholly changed. Obviously, the sad news happened with Antonio getting injured. It has changed things. I think Antonio probably would have started that game. So we've had to put Bowen up top. But I just feel like it's still at this stage of the season, I'm not seeing any progress. Wolves are a bad side right now. They're bad. They just lost 4-0 to Everton. And we made it look that competitive at home. I get it. If we go to their ground, I get it. But that is far from convincing. And when are we going to see it? When are we going to see the turnaround? What games are you going to give him? Like now we've won, the whole he's got this game to save his job resets. So we go into the Bournemouth game and he loses against Bournemouth. He's not going to be sacked if he loses against Bournemouth. We draw against Brighton. Still stays in the job. Then he gets the Southampton game. He has to win Southampton and we have to beat Southampton for him to keep his job. And guess what? Surprise, surprise, we beat Southampton. And we reset. And then you go into, I believe, the Liverpool game, which is a free hit. And it just goes round and round and round. This is the thing. If you got to the point of saying he has to beat Wolves to save his job, and you saw a performance that wasn't convincing, why? Why are we keeping him? Because that's how they do things. Now, me personally, if it was up to me, obviously, look, I would like a change. But the way that Sullivan is going and the way he's approaching this, if we don't have to sack Lopetegui, I'd rather keep him till the end of the season. And I know that's not popular, but I would rather keep him till the end of the season than just get in some random, or get Potter the deal. I'm not convinced on Potter. I have to be honest. I'm not. He could be great. I'm not convinced that he has got the thick skin needed to manage this football club. And I'm not sure that he has got the bollocks, really, to come in and whip these players into shape. Because there are some prima donnas and some players with some ego that need a reality check. And I'm not sure he's the man to do it. So I'm not convinced. If he comes, obviously I'll give him a chance to get behind him, all of those cliches. But I'm not convinced. But him coming on a 6-month deal, if he takes it, we'll see. But if he comes from a 6-month deal and we do okay, he's probably going to get the job. I would rather wait till the summer and us go all out to find the best possible manager. We can never be convinced that that's going to happen under Sullivan. But we can't be in this situation again. So, look, if Lopetegui can, I don't think we're going to go down, but if he can keep us ticking, we'll be continue to be consistently inconsistent, but pick up enough wins to be well away from that relegation battle and part ways in the summer. I'm not going to love it, but I'm not going to be completely against it if the alternative is just getting who we can get in now. My big issue is if he is really falling out with players like these reports have suggested and the relationship is in a bad way, then he has to go. He has to go because we can't be pissing off all the players and then they're trying to get transfer requests and all of this. And look, these players have to take some accountability. Absolutely. But it seems to be some sort of issue with that relationship between the players and the coaching staff. That's my issue. There's some sort of communication breakdown because even Emerson come out and said that there's a mentality issue. Like for us, it takes us going like a goal down, it takes us conceding, and then we start playing, which we all knew. We've all pointed that out that that's the case. And then Emerson has vocalized it. Why, if we're aware of that, why isn't it getting fixed? What is Lopetegui like in terms of man management? Because right now it looks piss poor. And these players need some serious man management. So to me, Lopetegui, it just looks like a bad fit. It really does. But we go into these games now and look, he's still going to be here. So let's see how he does. But Sullivan has not covered himself in glory at all by any stretch of the imagination. And we go into this transfer window now And it's very, very important that we get in some signings to bolster this team. Lopetegui should have no say over those signings because his future is in the air. But we need to get a striker in. Unfortunately, Antonio may never play for us again. And if he does, it will be a long time. I hope we do see him in a West Ham shirt again. But it will be a while. We needed a striker even before the accident. We definitely need one now because we've just got Fulkrug and Ings, and Fulkrug didn't even get a look in yesterday. He went full defensive, brought on all the defensive subs to try and grind out that 2-1 win because he wanted to keep his job. So he needs to get, well, not he, but we need to get in a striker. Oh man, honestly. Talking about this team is draining me. It is absolutely draining me. And it's not over. I just wanted us to get in a coach. Exciting football. I'm not expecting to win the league, but I gave him three requirements. 3 easy requirements. Not involve us in a relegation battle. Play better football. And play some youngsters. Definitely not seeing youngsters. He's loaned them all out. The better football, marginal, arguable really, how much better it is. We do keep the ball more. Definitely have more possession, but it's not that much better. You know, it's nice to see us not just sitting back and waiting and reacting as much. So it is a little bit better, but not enough. And I mean, we're 9 points clear of the relegation zone, which is a positive, but we're not out of the woods yet. Things can change very quickly in this league. We still haven't got back-to-back wins in the Prem. As far as I'm concerned, if anyone could correct me, I don't think we've got back-to-back wins, and that's a problem. We've seemed to unlock set pieces, finally. We've scored back-to-back set pieces. So maybe if we start fixing that, the set piece issue, we can add that and actually start to win more games. But I'm telling you, Bournemouth, we haven't got a good record. That is not going to be easy. We lose Bournemouth, them away fans are going to give him some hell. So, yeah, I just don't know where this club is going right now. Like I said earlier, we're in limbo. And we just need to hope that Sullivan clumsily walks into success like he did with Moyes and the trophy. We need him to get it by accident because he is never, ever going to intentionally and purposefully find the right manager that's just going to click. He's never going to go for the best that we can get. So we need to know whatever bang average manager that he opts to go for works out. And they become a success, and it just fits because that's all we've got until he leaves. So, yeah, like I say, it's annoying to feel like this after a win. You know, you should be buzzing, but it's just I'm just really disillusioned about where this club is heading. That's my issue. That's why I can't feel as excited. I am deep down. I am happy we got the 3 points. I really am. I never want my team to lose. I want to be as far away from that relegation zone as possible. I understand the people that would have took a loss to get rid of the manager or the coach. But believe me, that doesn't mean our problems would have been solved. So I would rather like Lopetegui suddenly clicks and magically becomes the best manager we've ever had. But I can't see that happening. So we'll see. But we've got a very interesting next couple of weeks to have at this club to see where things go.